Damon Sims, I am not going to spend this entire season telling you to back up and take your hands off of Simone Hicks. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Bain coming to you right here on Erica Bain TV with a new series alert. All American Homecoming has premiered. This video is going to be breaking down episode 1 titled Starting Over. I'm too excited. If you are not subscribed already and you're new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so that you don't miss out on any of my All American Homecoming content. Y'all, Monday night's about to get real because we got 2 shows in the All American universe, and y'all know I'm coming with that content, so it's gonna be double the work, but I'm totally here for it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about this first episode of Homecoming. Okay, so it starts off with Simone heading to college by herself. Her parents are missing in action for whatever reason. Baby Shay's adoptive parents and Jordan are the people who see Simone off, and I'm just like, y'all giving raggedy, and we know that Simone's mama is raggedy, but what is going on with the daddy? And we later find out that she's like super raggedy because she moves into her dorm, gets all settled in. Apparently it's a different dorm. It's a co-ed dorm because Keisha's also there. Nate is there. Damon lives down the hall, child, or in the men's wing, so Keisha says. And this feels like it's going to be like a little live setup. But before the episode can end, she got to move out because her mama only paid the tuition and didn't pay the room and board. Like, how ghetto can you be? I understand that you wanted her to go to Stanford or whatever, but girl, give it a rest. At the end of the day, she's still your child. Just because she didn't make the choice that you wanted her to make don't mean that she stops being your child, and don't mean that you get to act the monkey fool. Didn't you do enough of that at that wedding when you was tearing up them flowers? Anywho, this episode we really just get to see Simone's first taste of college life. She goes and she's doing everything from working on her game so that she can get ready to compete for the only spot between her and 5 other people who are trying to make the tennis team, who Thea just so eloquently and I can't say the B word, but very nastily communicates to her. Y'all, I'm on Thea's head already. I was trying to give her a chance from the backdoor pilot, but I'm on her head. She's a mean girl for no reason. She is definitely intimidated by Simone, and Simone ain't even shown up in her full Simone glory yet. She still feels very insecure. She's feeling like a fish out of water, and you over here trying to pee all over everything and be possessive, and it's giving, girl, no, it ain't even that deep. It ain't never been that deep. Thea, to me, and I said this in my live last night, shout out to everybody who joined me on live after the episodes. We got to kiki and cut up, and I absolutely adored it. Y'all are some real ones. But I said this in my live, Thea is the person who's not gonna have no friends, and she's gonna be a person who actually wants friends, but it's gonna hide from that fact, or gonna be resentful of the fact that she can't cultivate it. So she's just gonna be in this really weird cycle of like pushing people away, being mad that nobody's around her, nobody cares, and then still continue to push people away because she's raggedy. And it's like, girl, at what point are you gonna break the cycle? Like, you really did not have to be mean nasty to Simone. It really didn't take all that. She was over there minding her business, hitting this ball up against this wall, and here you come saying over like you are the Queen of Sheba. Girl, get the hell, honestly, truly. So we get to see Simone practicing. We get to see her missing, Jordan and Baby Shay and all of what she knew. I will say, y'all, that, going away to school and going very, very far away from school is a culture shock pretty much immediately. So I completely resonated with the feelings that she was having in this first episode, and just really feeling very, very homesick. You really just kind of feel like you don't belong. Everything is so new. It's kind of like shocking your system, and you really have to adjust. Now, she has her auntie Amara there, which I definitely think that there's a little bit of backstory to that, honey. And then she also has the friendships that she cultivated from the visit during Homecoming with Keisha and Nate and Damon Sims. And then now also Cam, who has popped up in this universe, or this part of the universe, because he decided to turn down some other big football scholarships because of all that's happening within social injustice in the country, and how he really just didn't want to go to a PWI given all that everybody is going through. And apparently the football coach at Brinkston made him an offer that he could not refuse. I think there's something to that story too, but we're gonna get into it in some other videos. Simone actually runs into Cam at the bonfire that's thrown on by Kappa Epsilon Kappa, which is one of the fictitious Greek letter organizations. I'm so excited for them to explore Greek life on this show. I think that is so dope that we're really getting to see this full HBCU experience. I absolutely adore it. As we know, JR is a member of Kappa Epsilon Kappa. I still don't know if I like JR yet, y'all. He was giving me Snake vibes in in the backdoor pilot. In this episode, he did a good job of holding Damon accountable and telling him like it is, but I don't know, he got some secrets that I'm not too sure about. But anyway, so Simone goes to this bonfire after she's talking to Jordan about, oh, I miss you so much, I'm very, very homesick, and Jordan is all for the fun, all for the party, and tells Keisha not to take no for an answer, to go ahead and drag her out, which I'm so glad that that's how it was positioned, because when they did the trailer, it looked like Keisha had hung up on Jordan. I was about to say, Keisha, we love you, mama. We here for your energy, but don't be hanging up on Bay, okay? You know what, Keisha? We actually do need to talk, because stop pushing this Damon Sims agenda, sis. It is not going to happen. Stop trying to make fetch happen, Gretchen. It ain't happening. Why are we talking about Damon Sims, y'all? I'm on his head. I'm not even gonna hold y'all, so you can go ahead and get an attitude right now and have an attitude with me the entire season, because I don't see it for Damon Sims. He's on my nerves. Okay, actually, before I talk about him and Simone, we're gonna talk about him just by himself. I don't know what in the Spencer 3.0 with some sprinkling of Jordan topping is going on here, but Damon Sims is literally a combination between Spencer season 1 and Jordan Spencer 1, and I hate that for him. Like, it's the arrogance for me. Did y'all see how he got on that baseball field after being pulled off the mound, and he decides to read everybody for filth, literally telling the coach in front of everybody, none of these players are worth anything, they will never reach their potential, and the only person who has an ounce of opportunity to do so is Santiago, but he too lazy and inconsistent to ever make it, so he out too. All of these ain't. I'm like, what, bro? It was the audacity for me. Like, we saw Spencer walk in with a little arrogance, a little cockiness. That part of that was like a defense mechanism too. No, Damon Sims walked into Brixton like, I turned down the MLB for this. Y'all need to go ahead and land flowers at my feet. And I'm just like watching it all like, sir, you can go ahead to the pros if that's how you feel, because ain't nobody finna kiss your butt here, bro. You still keeping that same energy after you snatched Simone's cell phone in that backdoor pilot because you thought that she was taking a picture of you. Nobody cares, Damon. Don't nobody know you. And again, don't nobody care. It's interesting to me that you could come in and belittle your teammates so quickly and think that you're motivating them by showing them how amazing that you are and that they could never, if ever, hold a candle to your light. But then at what point do they actually get better, Damon? He literally winds up getting ejected out of practice because he can't slow down his pitching to allow for the boys to be able to actually hit the things that he's throwing, so the coach can see what their form looks like and be able to coach them up and get them to the place where they could actually hit off of his pitches. But he's so short-sighted and selfish that he can't even see that, and it's just like, wow. Honestly, y'all, I laughed at Damon a lot because he was literally fumbling around this campus, and I'm just like, sir, why are you here? If this was the energy that you was going to give, why are you here? They made a few shifts when it came to his character. By the end of the episode, he was talking to JR, and JR was like, oh, I didn't know that you was adopted, and he was like, yeah, my birth parents went here. That's the only thing I know about them, but I don't want to know anything else. But then when we go back to the backdoor pilot, we saw that part of the reason why he made the decision to come to Brixton was because he was pursuing more information about his birth parents. So I wonder why the creatives switched that up in reference to his narrative, or if it's just something that he told JR in this moment. We saw Damon's most vulnerable moments with Simone. For whatever reason, he just feels so dang uncomfortable to touch her and to stare at her and to confide in her. And it's like, okay, great, you're charming, you're tall, or whatever, but Jordan. And Simone, you really didn't have to tell him that wasn't your husband no more, boo. You didn't have to tell him that. He didn't know all that. He asked how your husband is. My husband is fine. My husband is shining. My husband is great. Okay? Period. I will say this, while I am not for Damon and Simone, I will never be for Damon and Simone, so y'all don't even try to spend the whole season trying to convince me. Please don't, because it will be a futile mission if you do. I will say that they do have platonic friendly chemistry, and I do like the idea of them both being in similar positions within different sports, both different genders, but able to support each other in a platonic way. So keep your distance, Damon. Have some patience. Ain't that what Coach Turner said? You need some patience? Have some patience, build a friendship. How about that? I mean, I definitely noticed that Damon is clearly feeling Simone. I don't necessarily know if I feel like Simone is looking at him in that way, like how they're trying to push it, like Nate and Keisha trying to push it like, oh, you know, you got excited when Keisha said his name, that he was living in the dorms, or even a little happy stance where Simone gets locked out of her room and she's in the robe and she winds up running into Damon. All of that is literally happy stance. I don't think that in this moment she is thinking thinking about Damon in this way. I think that it's refreshing to see somebody in her position, also in close proximity to her. So like being able to have him and him really knowing what she's going through. They connected in the backdoor pilot and they just have a good amount of stuff in common. So I think that that's more so what she's leaning towards. I think that she's still very much so in love with Jordan. I know Jordan needs to get on a plane and bring his behind here, because if we're actually a month out from the fall semester really starting and they started early, then he still got a month before he need to go to basic training or whatever they're doing over there at GAU. Jordan, oh my God. Jordan is too busy trying to wreak havoc with Spencer this summer. Okay, in the adults front, so we got Coach Marcus Turner, we got Auntie Amara, and then we got the president man, which I can't remember, but he's old drumline man for right now, y'all, because I can't remember his character name, and I don't feel like looking it up. So clearly the president is feeling Amara, because he was definitely kicking some waves her way, but I feel like she's feeling Coach Turner, and Coach Turner is feeling her. But I also feel like Coach Turner and her probably had some history before, like they didn't work out or the timing was just wrong, but they still have a good amount of love for each other and a lot of respect. And I'm just like, so how long y'all gonna do this whole little awkward chemistry thing? Because y'all too old for it, if I'm gonna be honest. Say what you guys say. I mean, I know that Damon interrupted him while he was trying to tell her that he was the one who provided her with the information. She came in to apologize about whistleblowing and how it affected him, and she didn't want him to get his head coaching position this way, which clearly alludes to the fact that she knows about his dreams and aspirations, which is a little bit deeper than what anybody who just was a random acquaintance would know. And I'm kind of here for it. Are y'all here for Coach Turner and Auntie Amara? I'm very, very interested to see more from Nate, Cam, and Keisha. Cam and Keisha are going to get together and they probably gonna have this little explosive sexual relationship. Sure, that's gonna be interesting to see. As long as it's not Simone bumping with anybody, I'm pretty much cool with it. Yeah, y'all, that is my full breakdown of episode 1 of All American Homecoming season 1. I absolutely adored the episode. I felt like it did a great job of giving us all of the information that we need to know to set the world up for us, and now we really get to go on and play and have these storylines launch further. We also noticed, and I want to correct myself from the live, I didn't realize it, but they did recast Damon's mom. So Nadine Ellis is no longer playing his mom, which I don't like, because I really love Nadine in that role. And then also we're going to be plagued by the old coach who got fired, who is now coaching for another team within their same district that they're going to be competing with. They actually do a scrimmage with him in this episode, and he ain't got nothing but shade and drama for his old program and his former assistant coach. And then he's also trying to backdoor recruit Damon to go over to that school. Sir, if you don't take your little roly-poly behind on. All right, y'all, I want to know what y'all think in the comment section down below. What did you think of the episode? What are you looking forward to in All American Homecoming? Give me all your thoughts, theories, and predictions. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn your bell notifications if you haven't already, and go ahead and like this video. I appreciate it so very much, and I'll see you in the next one.